Hey fam, Power here, and today I'll be doing a Dinomist deck profile. This deck has been so good to me at locals and I just really enjoy playing it overall. I've posted it a few times up on the Facebook Dinomist page. I've gotten a few requests on doing a deck profile on it, so I thought why not, and also gives me a chance to let you guys know about my Instagram giveaway. I've just reached 500 followers on over there, and I just want to let you guys know, and I appreciate all the love and all the support and everything. So I'm gonna do a giveaway for you guys. All the information and all that's gonna be either down below and also at the end of the video, so just stay tuned for that information. So we're just gonna get into this deck profile right now. When running Dinomist, the scales, they all have the same effect. All the scale 3 have the same effect, and all scale 6 have the same effect. 3, if a card you control would be destroyed by battle or your opponent's card effect, you can discard this card instead. And on the 6 side, once while this card is in your pendulum zone, you can negate the activation of an effect that targets another Dinomist or Dinomist cards you control, then destroy this card. So basically it really just protects overall. It's really good, especially once you already have Infinity on board and you have other Dinomist monsters you want to protect. You can protect them with Infinity, or you can also protect them with your scales. First, we're going to start off with Dinomist Petran. When this monster destroys another monster on your opponent's side of the field, you can go ahead and search for one Dinomist card. Next up, we play 3 Plesios. Plesios, all face-up monsters your opponent control lose 100 attack and defense for each Dinomist card you control, which is really good, especially because you have so many. You have the scales, then you also have the continuous spell card. Next up, we run 3 Dinomist Ceratops. As long as you have at least one Dinomist monster on the field, you can go ahead and special summon him from your hand. Then we run 3 Dinomist Brachion. Brachion's effect, as long as you don't have another Brachion on the field and your opponent has a monster that has attack higher than any monster on your side of the field, you can special summon him from your hand. Then we have the black sheep of the family, Dinomist Stegosaur. Stegosaur, not many people run many of him. I run 3 because we don't have that many Dinomist monsters, and I need to see as many Dinomist monsters in my hand as possible. His effect, if another pendulum monster you control battles an opponent's monster after damage calculation, you can destroy those monsters. Then we run 3 Dinomist Rex, and his effect is if this card attacks at the end of the damage step, you contribute one other Dinomist monster and activate one of these effects. This card can make a second attack on an opponent's monster in a row, so that means if there are multiple monsters on your opponent's side of the field, you can attack 2 at the same time. If they only have 1, you can't attack directly. And if it attacks a defense position monster, you can inflict piercing damage to your opponent. The second effect would be shuffle 1 card of your opponent's hand at random or their side of the field into the deck, and then this card gains 100 attack. And then for the tech card that I run in the deck is the Effect Veiler. I run 3 Effect Veiler just because of Monarchs. In my locals, Monarchs is everywhere. Everybody's playing Monarchs at my locals. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one playing Dinomist, and I think there might be like 2-3 Draco Pals. But other than that, everything is Monarchs. So you might see that my deck is a little bit more towards Monarchs than towards other pendulum based decks, which I don't face off too much. Then I run 3 Dinomist Charge. Dinomist Charge is the backbone of the deck. When this card is activated, you can add 1 Dinomist monster from your deck to your hand, and once per turn if a Dinomist card is added from the field to the top of the extra deck, you can add one of those cards to your hand, and you can only use this card once per turn, but if you have multiple out on the field, you can stack them so you can get 1 or 2 off. Next up, I have 3 Goblinberg. Goblinberg is needed in the deck just to keep the consistency up, and since we don't have that many Dinomist cards in the deck right now, it just really helps. I run 2 Instant Fusion in the deck. I have 2 targets in the extra deck for them, which is Panzer Dragon and Norden, which with Ceratops being able to special summon itself onto the field, and also Brachion being able to special summon itself onto the field, and they're both level 5s, that's a very fast Infinity play right there. And then I main 2 MSTs. MST in the main deck for me is just because I go up against a lot of Monarchs, and they tend to not put too much back row because they do have the field spell card, and then adding that back row to it, they fear the Twin Twister, so they don't do it. So I'm mostly just getting stuck with a Twin Twister in my hand that I can't use because I don't really want to pop anything on my side to complete for the 2. So I main the Mystical Space Typhoon and just side the 2 Twin Twisters. That way, game 2, I can make that change if needed. I also run 2 Wavering Eyes, very self-explanatory. Any Pendulum deck must have those. 1 Raigeki and 1 Limiter Removal. Raigeki to clear boards, and Limiter Removal just because it wins games. Then I run 2 Dinomist Rush. I don't run 3 because in my opinion it's a little bit cloggy. I've seen people running at 3 and they say it's awesome. It's just, in my personal build, 3 is a little bit too much. Then I run 2 Time Space Trap Holes and 1 Bottomless Trap Hole. All 3 of them are Rafflesia targets, and they're just good overall. And going into the extra deck, we have the 1 Norden and the 1 Panzer Dragon for the instant fusion plays. We have the Armades. The reason I run Armades is just because you do have Valor, and running 3 Valor, you can always use one of them to go into Armades. And this might be the reason I don't play the field spell card, just because it's an Armades combined with a Plesios, and you can just have Armades and Plesios on the field. I just can't convince myself to actually play the field spell card. We have the 1 Trish, because if you can make Trish in anything, you should be running Trish. It's just that simple. The 1 Dark Rebellion. Dark Rebellion in Rare looks so funny to me. That's the only reason I have him in here. We have the Castel, the 101, the Abyss Driller, Heartland Draco. I love this gold rare card. Diamond Crab King, 1 Diamond Direwolf, Ascending Draco Slayer, Rafflesia, the Nova, and then the Infinity. And then for the side deck, I have 2 Ghost Ogres, 2 Maxis, 3 Horn of Heavens, 2 Grand Horn of Heavens, 2 Quaking Mirror Forces. Quaking Mirror Force against Monarchs is so good. I've literally left people speechless after a Quaking Mirror Force. The 1 Warning, the 2 Twin Twisters, which I do side into whenever I'm playing any other Pendulum based deck, and then the extra Wavering Eyes. And as for the giveaway, guys, I will be giving away one of the Breakers of Shadow sneak peek mats. I will be also giving away a small core of the Dinomist deck itself, just so you guys can enjoy this deck as much as I do. Also, all you have to do is go to YouTube, subscribe to me, like this video, comment down below what is your favorite dinosaur, what his effect would be, or what type of card it would be if it was a Dinomist card. Go on over to Instagram, like my pictures, follow me there. I'm always posting a whole bunch of stuff. Go over on Facebook, like my page. Also go on to the Dinomist Facebook page, like their page, join the group for a whole bunch of variants on the deck.